Hi everyone, it's Sid at Cool Moviegram. Hope you're well, hope you're safe. Today we're going to be doing a review of 8 Diagram Pole Fighter. Of course, this is the 88 Films Blu-ray release of the classic Shaw Brothers movie. This is one of the last Kung Fu movies that the Shaw Brothers actually released. Came out in 1984. Or 1983 actually, yeah, it's a 1983 film. This was the final movie that featured Alexander Fushing, who sadly passed away whilst driving to shoot the film. Now, the story of the film itself is about a family of heroic warriors, more or less, like the part of a really respected family set in the Song Dynasty. It's from actual Chinese history, which has been covered by many different, adaptations, TV shows, movies, and whatnot. And a family that's actually betrayed on the battlefield by a corrupt general, and the General Yang is killed, and as well as 5 of his sons, and 2 sons survive. One of them, who's a 5th Yang, played by Gordon Liu, seeks refuge in a Shaolin temple, whilst the other returns home, which is a 6th Yang, aka 6th brother, who returns home but has lost his mind after witnessing his father and brothers dying in the most horrific ways possible, which was only imaginable in Shaw Brothers' actual movies. Only something that you would only see from their studio. At the same, whilst this is happening, the older brother, which is 5th Yang, Gordon Liu's character, he actually is adamant on becoming a monk, and wants to kind of like at least atone for his sins and become just leave the world behind. But nothing seems to be that simple, especially when his younger sister, played by the amazing Cara Y, is out to look for him, but ends up landing him into more trouble. Well, it's pretty much a very straightforward narrative this film had, but it was done effectively in terms of the performances from everyone, in terms of the villains, the main characters, and everyone involved. It was done really well. It was directed by Lau Kar-Leung, the late legendary martial arts star, director, choreographer. He had done everything, especially whilst working during the Shaw Brothers heyday. And this film itself is absolutely amazing. When it comes to, like, for me, this is easily within my top 10 favorite Kung Fu movies of all time. The fights are absolutely amazing. It's just full-blooded, serious, gritty, violent martial arts action sequences. And they're filmed absolutely beautifully. The cinematography is great. The fact that there's a lot of long takes and you get to see a lot of the actual technique. It's truly is. This film is a work of art. It's just absolutely fantastic. Now, in terms of the release that we have, it's the Blu-ray released by 88 Films. I mean, as always, Kung Fu Bob does amazing work when it comes to releasing the film, and it came with a poster of the movie. Of course, I haven't really hung them up. I don't think the missus would think too highly. So you get like a little, I think it's an A3 poster. Yeah, you know, it's actually really good. And it's like, I love the artwork. It's just so, it's got that classic kind of like poster art feel to it. It's got like a double-sided cover with like the poster art and Chinese Blu-ray art, and that's the disc. And yeah, I mean, in terms of special features, there isn't really much on this. There's only an audio commentary by Scott Harrison, which is quite interesting and gives a lot of detailed information in regards to the film itself. But definitely, when it comes to so special features wise, there wasn't really much involved. But the film itself, it's really. This it still is, because no matter how many times I've watched it, I mean, I had this on video, which was the Warner Brothers dub release, aka Invincible Pole Fighter. It was an X rental that I had, and I watched that several times. And even when I watched it on, it was on Amazon Prime for a while. It's been on Film 4, and I'd also, I decided to kind of like cop the DVD, cop the Blu-ray, and I thought it's an absolute must-have, especially if you enjoy martial arts movies. I mean, it comes with the original Cantonese language as well as the English language dub. This is another movie where the title kind of had inspired an album by the Wu-Tang Clan, which was their fifth studio album as a group, 8 Diagrams. I mean, the first one was 36 Chambers, 36 Chambers, aka Enter the Wu-Tang, their first album, and then this one. And even some of the excerpts from the English dub are featured on that actual album. But definitely, this film, again, I would say when it comes to a masterpiece, when it comes to martial arts masterpiece, this definitely is. It's like everything, like Shaolin monks, warring kind of like warring tribes. Brilliant choreography. I mean, again, the Shaw Brothers studio used to the best of its abilities, and definitely, it was it came out. It wasn't really that much of a success. I mean, bearing in mind, in 1983, I mean, at that time, the biggest films of the year when they were released in Hong Kong were Winners and Sinners, which was a Sammo Hung movie directed by him and with a cameo from Jackie Chan, and Jackie Chan's Project A, which was the biggest film in Asia at that time, and which was an instant blockbuster. So the audiences, especially in Asia and Hong Kong, were more kind of inclined towards the action comedy kind of genre, and the kung fu movie was, sadly to say, the old school kung fu movie, which this is, it was dying out, which is why the box office wasn't really so great. But then upon revisiting, but especially amongst the fans of the old school kung fu movies, this always comes up as like, definitely it's a great conversation piece. Always comes up that, yep, the 8 Diagram Pole Fighter is a brilliant movie. Now, apart from the fact that the kung fu, the film itself has hardly any special features. The disc comes with no like bonus footage or making ofs or anything to do with the movie, or any kind of like interviews or anything like that. But the fact that the film's transfer is absolutely amazing. I mean, this doesn't say it's a 4K or a 2K, but considering it was a Shaw Brothers film, their films have actually been kind of stored correctly, because even when you watch these movies on DVD, if you've ever got to watch the DVD or whatnot, they've always been in pristine condition. And now that they're actually available, the prints are in good nick, and they get remastered into actual HD, the films look incredible. So, I mean, this film, definitely 5 out of 5 from me. I mean, this is definitely, I would say, just a cut above 36 Chamber of Shaolin. I mean, I love that movie. I mean, 36 Chamber of Shaolin was great. But for me, I've always found this to be my favorite Shaw Brothers movie, and my favorite Gordon Liu film as well. I mean, this is just iconic. I mean, look at the artwork as well. I mean, Kung Fu Bob is absolutely gifted. He's an amazing artist. And I'm definitely, wow, I know, I mean, I'm glad I got this, and I know I'll be able to actually watch this more than once now because I mean, having watched it even when it was on Amazon Prime, I'd watched it at least about 3 or 4 times, and I've watched this already a couple of times. And I watched it a couple of times. I've watched the movie itself, and then I also gave the audio commentary a go as well, just to kind of go through, see what it's about because that's the only actual feature that's available. Um, well, what can I say? I mean, it would have been great because in actuality, I mean, from what I've heard, is that this film, Gordon Liu was meant to just be a side character, whereas the main film's focus was initially to be on Alexander Fushing's character. But of course, because of his sad departure from whilst on the way to the actual set, he had actually died in a car accident. So they were unable to actually do that. They only actually used whichever scenes he had actually filmed, and they decided to make it a film about the fifth Yang, which is Gordon Liu. But definitely, I mean, I would say for me, this is my favorite Lau Kar-Leung film, and possibly my favorite Shaw Brothers movie. I just think it's an absolute incredible movie. I mean, the fights are amazing, the story's told very effectively, and some awesome training sequences as well, including like these wooden wolves which they have to defang. And of course, they use the defanging method at the end of the movie. You don't want to spoil it, but it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, these monks are just total badasses in this movie, definitely. So yeah, that was kind of my somewhat review of the 8 diagram pole fighter. Well, and yeah, that's it. And 88 films again. They've always seemed to be doing great jobs when it comes to releasing these films. They're absolutely amazing. You know, this company itself, along with Eureka, you know, they've been knocking everything out of the park. It's absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to Eureka's release of the Wing Chun double bill for the Sammo Hung movies, Warriors 2 and Prodigal Son, which are amongst my my top 10 favorite kung fu movies. And definitely, I mean, I've owned both of those films on VHS from Made in Hong Kong, and then got the Hong Kong Legends DVDs, which I currently own, and definitely looking forward to owning those on Blu-ray. So I'm ecstatic. I mean, that's the one from them, and then these guys have Armor of God being released, which I'm looking forward to because it's a deluxe package. It's already on pre-order, and of course, those of you who follow me on Instagram, which is on Cool Movie Gram, and also decide to subscribe to me on YouTube, you will also have a chance to win a copy of the deluxe edition of Armor of God. I will be doing a random draw, and yeah, so you know that's it. Just need to kind of like spread the word, and also yeah, definitely if you can check this out. It's only going for about $9.99 on Amazon itself, so I would say check this out, definitely. I mean, if you enjoy your martial arts movies and action movies with intriguing characters and just all-round awesomeness, I would say definitely check this movie out. It's an absolutely amazing film. Well, yeah, this was me. Make sure you subscribe, follow on Instagram, comment. I mean, if you've seen this film, if you own this this Blu-ray, what do you think of it? And which other Shaw Brothers titles do you enjoy?